Okay, folks, good morning. I'm going to do a little bit of hopping around due to drying time. Let's plug in the phone before we do anything other than that. All right, so here we have the Messerschmitt 109. That is an objective, erect plane, all of the above. And we're going to start off with a base color on it on the ground, which is English uniform. Nope. See how many tries it takes me to find it. Is it this one? Nope, flat earth. Close, but no cigar. Also flat earth. Why are there two of those out here? Beige brown. It's not out here. I haven't used it in a while. Not this one, is it? No? Here it is. English uniform. And where's the big goop? This will have to do. Something to paint the edges. Oh, where did it go? That calls for a drink. Maybe I'll wake up. Could use kind of a big brush, but don't want to get too carried away. All right. We're just going to apply it straight on here. Let's do a couple things for safety. Okay. Why does this title say plane crash? Because it's a plane crash. And this is going to look really bright. But it isn't. We've done this mixture of colors before. Still a bit wet. Still a bit wet. And we'll get the edges last. And I could probably stand using craft paint for this, but these tones, these color combinations, were the ones that were recommended. Some of these were recommended by Flames of War to use on their products. And it gave you kind of like a before and after, so you could see what colors that it was involved, and it builds up from stage to stage. Because that's one of the things that these basing colors, you can't tell how it's going to look like until you're on the last color. And if you're just kind of winging it, you might not actually like what you get. Like, I would have never painted this as the background color. It's too yellowy, too diaper brown colored. The diapers aren't brown, they're white. I said, turn them inside out, they're not. Saw a game at Partisan last week that had matchsticks under the planes that could be knocked away to denote a plane destroyed on the ground. SAS raid on Axis Airfield. Oh, so now they're getting one off of Rogue Heroes. Did watch the first season. Wasn't impressed. There's a lot of interesting things that happen in the desert. I just don't think that that's that interesting. So, Did watch that with the daughter, and she wasn't. She didn't love it. I didn't either. That doesn't mean I won't watch another season whenever it's available to us here in the States, but didn't love it. Oh, is it you? You're the asshole? Alright. You were the asshole all along. You son of a bitch. That hoe was shaking the table. I couldn't figure out what it is. Well, you no longer are welcome here. Bugger off. Yeah, I did watch. You were probably one of the people, Jeffrey, that recommended The Duelists. I did notice that it was available to watch. I started watching it with a daughter. She was kind of in the middle of homework. She's like, "Nah, you finish watching it." And then, like, the next scene, I'm like, "Nope, we're watching this together." The daughter really didn't care for the guys were having a braid, here. I guess that's a thing the Hussars did. I would have been like, okay, well, we're gonna dress like we're in some, in Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts, Lonely. Anyways, we're hanging out with Sergeant Pepper, but we're not gonna wear the braids. Just waiting for some time for her to be able to watch it with me. She's got a lot of schoolwork. Oh yeah, this is a little soft here. Well, we need this to start drying, or we're never gonna finish. We'll get the big areas for this. If we could do any small ones, we'll get in with a smaller brush. Although I should be able to get close enough to the plane with this one. I didn't start with one that was too big. So the plane actually has still drippings to do, smoky stuff. Some dry brushing to do. I've already sealed it once. I didn't want any handling the paint to come off, so a little bit of paint that I need to dribble in the cracks between their wings on purpose. I'm a little groggy this morning, and no, not from drinking alcohol. I don't remember the last time I had a drink. But I stayed up too late. Had some kind of surprised with some folks in here in the house for they came to go visit the daughter. And really looking forward to this weekend, but the AC isn't working properly. So it's not super hot yet, but we're going to have to. And of course, it happened last night. I got home from work and I was like, oh, nice. They left it at 70 degrees. Good. I have to wait for the house to warm up. And then about 9 o'clock at night, I'm like, man, it's kind of warm. It had risen to 72, so something's afoot. Hello from Russia. Welcome, man. We got some of your guys back over here. Of course, technically those aren't Russians, they're Soviets. And I do have a Soviet plane coming up that I need to build. I just don't know what direction I'm going to go with it, whether I'm going to make it crashed or not. Probably not going to make it crashed. It's a biplane. An I-15 BIS. I do think I'm going to be happy with the results. I'd be surprised if I don't think this will turn out how I'm happy with it. I could be wrong, but I've done the basing before. The basing looks good. Doesn't right now, but it will. Color choice wise, anyways. Just a matter of, doing the actual plane. Long weekend for many of us in the States. I just hope the AC situation can be fixed. It's only a couple of degrees, but it makes a big difference, especially because it's going to be in the 90s outside this whole weekend. I might actually have to reconsider and not finish painting this because it's still pretty wet in some places. I did see a thing off of War Games Illustrated that came up. I saved it, and it was some diorama or it's like a war game that looked pretty decent. Individually based figures, even though somebody claimed it was 15 millimeter. I'm not so sure about that. I've never seen anybody. Actually, I've only seen one person ever individually based 15 millimeter figures. It was for Force on Force, actually. Force on Force. It didn't take me a week to remember what the hell the name of that rule set was. I don't necessarily want it there. Just want it nearby, so. Not carting it halfway across the world to put it on here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm really, really tired. You know, I was up till after midnight, and earlier this week I had a damn Mitch night, which of course threw me off, sleep wise. I didn't realize Marcus. I don't know, actually know if Marcus is still in California, but I didn't realize they were gonna. He needs to be extradited. They were extraditing him to California. Joker's been gone for 2 weeks. I switched something a little smaller. It's always these first layers that take the longest, and after a while, it's like, oh, you're just covering up fine detail. Put this in staging area for the paint. There we go. It's the same basing it's on those wrecks that I did. Same basing it's on the desert troops. Should all go together nicely. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop because this is I need for this to dry, and I'm literally falling asleep. I've had 3/4 of a cup of coffee, and I'm falling asleep. So I'm gonna go take a nap. Might be back on later today, but we're gonna have to scrub this one. All right, folks.